Ford has built some of the most legendary engines in automotive history. Power plants so reliable they'll outlast the rest of the vehicle by 100,000 miles. But they've also produced absolute disasters. Engines so fundamentally flawed that they've cost the company billions in lawsuits and destroyed their reputation for entire generations of buyers. If you're shopping for a used Ford or trying to decide whether to keep the one sitting in your driveway, what's under the hood makes all the difference between a vehicle that'll run forever and a money pit that'll drain your bank account. Today, I'm breaking down Ford's worst and best engines, the ones you should run from and the ones you should hold on to for dear life. I'm not just talking about power numbers or fuel economy. I'm talking about real-world reliability, longevity, and whether these engines will leave you stranded or get you to 300,000 miles without breaking a sweat. Stick around because we're going to cover 10 engines total, 5 disasters, and 5 legends. And by the end, you'll know exactly which Ford power plants are worth your money and which ones are ticking time bombs. Let's start with the bad news first. The worst, engine number 1, the 5.4-liter 3-valve Triton. If there's one Ford engine that strikes fear into the hearts of mechanics and used truck buyers, it's the 5.4-liter 3-valve Triton V8, produced from 2004 to 2010. This engine appeared in millions of F-150s, Expeditions, and Navigators, and it's earned a reputation as one of the most problematic engines Ford has ever mass-produced. The nightmare starts with the spark plugs. Ford designed this engine with 2-piece spark plugs that have a tendency to break off during removal. The plugs are so deep in the cylinder head and exposed to such extreme heat cycles that the bottom portion seizes to the threads. When you try to remove them for normal maintenance, the plugs snap in half, leaving the bottom section stuck in the head. Extracting that broken piece requires special tools, hours of labor, and sometimes even removing the cylinder head entirely. What should be a $200 tune-up turns into a $1,000 ordeal. But the spark plug issue is just the beginning. These engines have a fatal flaw with their cam phasers, the components that control variable valve timing. The phasers are driven by oil pressure, and they're poorly designed with inadequate oil passages. Over time, they wear out and start making a horrible rattling noise on cold starts that sounds like a diesel engine or a chain dragging across metal. The noise happens because the phasers lose their ability to lock in position, allowing the timing chains to slap around. Eventually, the phasers fail completely, the timing jumps, and you're looking at catastrophic engine damage. Replacing the cam phasers requires removing the front of the engine, pulling the timing chains, and it's an absolutely massive job that runs $3,000 to $5,000 at a shop. The real insult is that Ford knew about this problem for years and did nothing to fix it. They just kept building these engines and selling them to unsuspecting buyers who thought they were getting a reliable Ford V8. The worst, engine number 2, the 6.0-liter Powerstroke diesel. When Ford replaced the legendary 7.3-liter Powerstroke diesel with the 6.0-liter version in 2003, diesel truck enthusiasts were excited about the newer technology and increased power. That excitement turned to anger real fast when these engines started failing left and right, often before they even hit 100,000 miles. The 6.0 Powerstroke was actually built by International, not Ford, but Ford put their name on it and sold it in Super Duty trucks from 2003 to 2007. This engine has so many problems, it's hard to know where to start. The EGR coolers fail and crack, dumping coolant into the intake system and causing catastrophic damage. The oil cooler, which is mounted in the valley of the engine, develops leaks and clogs, causing oil starvation and overheating. The head gaskets blow because the head studs Ford used from the factory are inadequate for the cylinder pressures this engine generates. Then there's the high-pressure oil system that controls the fuel injectors. This system is prone to leaks, and when it fails, your truck won't start or will run terribly rough. The turbocharger has variable geometry vanes that stick and fail, requiring a rebuild or replacement that costs thousands. The fuel injection system itself is problematic, with injectors that fail and stick open, washing down cylinder walls and contaminating the oil. Owners of these trucks often say that the 6.0 Powerstroke is a great engine once you've replaced everything on it. The running joke is that you need to budget $10,000 for the bulletproof package that fixes all of Ford's mistakes with aftermarket parts. New head studs, upgraded EGR system, improved oil cooler, better turbo, and on and on. Without these modifications, the 6.0 is a liability waiting to happen. If you made it this far, then consider liking this video, giving it a thumbs up, and subscribing to my channel. This helps me bring you more honest car advice. The worst, engine number 3, the 3.5-liter EcoBoost with water pump failures. The 3.5-liter EcoBoost revolutionized Ford's truck lineup when it debuted, proving that a twin-turbo V6 could outperform V8s in power and efficiency. But the first-generation 3.5 EcoBoost, used from 2011 to 2014, has a critical design flaw that's left countless owners stranded and looking at massive repair bills. Ford mounted the water pump inside the engine, driven by the timing chain. This was supposed to be a clever packaging solution that saved space, but it created a nightmare scenario. When the water pump fails, which it does with alarming frequency on these early EcoBoost engines, coolant leaks into the crankcase and mixes with the engine oil. You might not even know it's happening until it's too late. The oil light might not come on because the oil level actually increases as coolant floods in. But that contaminated oil destroys bearings, scores cylinder walls, and can cause complete engine failure. The real problem is that replacing the water pump requires completely disassembling the front of the engine. You're pulling the timing chains, removing covers, and you're looking at 8 to 12 hours of labor plus parts. A water pump that should be a $200 job becomes a $2,000 nightmare. And because the pump is internal, you can't even see it leaking to catch the problem early. By the time you realize something's wrong, you're often looking at a ruined engine. Ford eventually moved the water pump to an external location on later versions of the 3.5 EcoBoost, quietly admitting this was a design mistake. But if you're looking at an F-150 from 2011 to 2014 with a 3.5 EcoBoost, you need to know this engine's history and budget for an eventual water pump replacement before it destroys the motor. The worst, engine number 4, the 1.0-liter EcoBoost 3-cylinder. Marketed the tiny 1.0-liter EcoBoost 3-cylinder as a technological marvel, even winning International Engine of the Year awards for its combination of power and efficiency. Available in the Fiesta and Focus, this little turbocharged engine promised big fuel economy in a small package. What Ford didn't advertise was how catastrophically these engines fail when a single component gives out. The major issue is coolant intrusion into the cylinders through a design flaw in the cylinder head. The engine block and cylinder head are made of different materials that expand at different rates when heated. Over time, this creates tiny cracks in the head where coolant passages run near the combustion chambers. Coolant seeps into the cylinders, and when you start the engine, that coolant gets compressed along with the air-fuel mixture. Liquids don't compress, and the result is a hydro-locked engine with bent connecting rods and destroyed pistons. This failure can happen suddenly and without warning. You park your Fiesta overnight, come out in the morning, and the engine won't turn over. When it does finally turn, you hear horrible knocking sounds as the bent connecting rods thrash around inside the crankcase. The engine is toast, and you're looking at a complete replacement. Ford has issued technical service bulletins about this problem and extended warranties in some markets, but many owners still get stuck with the bill. The other problem with this engine is the timing belt, which runs in oil. Yes, a timing belt submerged in engine oil. When the belt degrades, it sheds material into the oil system, clogging passages and oil pumps. This can cause oil starvation and engine failure. It's a bizarre design choice that makes an already problematic engine even more unreliable. For an engine that was supposed to represent Ford's engineering excellence, the 1.0 EcoBoost is a spectacular failure. The worst, engine number 5, the 2.0-liter split-port ZETEC. The 2.0-liter split-port ZETEC engine appeared in Focus models from 2000 to 2004. And while it might not be as catastrophically flawed as some of the other engines on this list, it's earned its place here through sheer annoyance and common failure points that make ownership frustrating. The biggest issue is the intake manifold, which is made of plastic and prone to cracking. The manifold develops cracks around the mounting points and along the runners, causing vacuum leaks that make the engine run rough and throw check engine lights. Replacing the manifold requires significant disassembly and runs into the hundreds of dollars. What makes this particularly annoying is that the replacement manifolds often fail too, because Ford kept using the same flawed design. The coil packs on these engines are also notorious for failing. They crack from heat cycles and start causing misfires. You'll be driving along fine, and suddenly the engine starts bucking and hesitating. The check engine light starts flashing, indicating a misfire that's damaging the catalytic converter. You replace one coil pack, and a month later, another one fails. It becomes a game of whack-a-mole trying to keep all 4 cylinders firing properly. These engines also burn oil, especially as they age. The piston rings don't seal properly, and you'll find yourself adding a quart of oil every 1,000 miles if you're not careful. The PCV system clogs up, creating crankcase pressure that blows out seals and gaskets. It's not an engine that's going to leave you stranded dramatically, but it's going to nickel and dime you with constant small repairs that add up over time. Now let's talk about the good stuff, the Ford engines that have earned legendary status for all the right reasons. The best, engine number 1, the 4.6-liter 2-valve Modular V8. If you want a Ford engine that will run forever with minimal maintenance, the 4.6-liter 2-valve Modular V8 is about as bulletproof as they come. This engine powered countless Crown Victorias, F100s, Expeditions, and Mustangs from the mid-1990s through the 2000s, and it's legendary for its durability. Police departments ran these engines in Crown Vics for hundreds of thousands of miles, often in the worst conditions imaginable. Constant idling, frequent cold starts, stop-and-go traffic, high-speed pursuits, and minimal maintenance. These engines took that abuse and kept running. It's common to find Crown Vics with over 300,000 miles still running on the original engine without any major repairs. The secret to this engine's reliability is its simplicity. The 2-valve design means fewer parts to fail compared to the later 3-valve version. The timing chains are robust and rarely need replacement. The internals are overbuilt for the power output, which means everything runs well within its stress limits. Change the oil regularly, replace the spark plugs when needed, and this engine will outlast the rest of the vehicle. The only real weak point is the plastic intake manifold that can crack on some model years, but that's a known issue with an easy fix. Beyond that, the 4.6 2-valve is about as reliable as a hammer. It's not the most powerful engine Ford ever built, and it's not the most efficient, but it's the engine you want if your priority is getting to 500,000 miles without drama. The best, engine number 2, the 7.3-liter Powerstroke diesel. While the 6.0 Powerstroke is a nightmare, its predecessor is an absolute legend. The 7.3-liter Powerstroke diesel, built by International and used in Ford Super Duty trucks from 1994 to 2003, is widely considered one of the best diesel engines ever put in a pickup truck. This engine is simple, mechanical, and nearly indestructible. It doesn't have the high-pressure common rail fuel system that causes problems in newer diesels. It doesn't have complex emissions equipment that fails. It's just a straightforward, old-school diesel that makes good torque and runs forever. There are countless examples of 7.3 Powerstrokes with over 500,000 miles still running strong on the original engine. The 7.3 makes its power and torque low in the RPM range, which is perfect for towing and hauling. It's not as refined as modern diesels, and it's definitely not as powerful, but it's reliable in a way that newer diesels simply aren't. The fuel system is robust, the injection pump rarely fails, and when something does go wrong, parts are readily available and affordable. Owners of these trucks often refuse to sell them because they know they'll never find another diesel this reliable. The running joke is that Ford could restart production of the 7.3 Powerstroke tomorrow, and they'd sell every single one they could build. If you find a Super Duty with a 7.3 and the body and frame are in good shape, buy it and keep it forever. The best, engine number 3, the 5.0-liter Coyote V8. When Ford brought back the 5.0-liter designation for the Coyote V8 in 2011, they created an engine that combines modern technology with old-school reliability. This engine powers Mustang GTs and F100s, and it's proven itself as one of the best V8s in Ford's current lineup. The Coyote makes impressive power, with even the early versions producing over 400 horsepower naturally aspirated. But what's remarkable is how reliable it is at that power level. The engine uses a dual overhead cam design with 4 valves per cylinder, variable valve timing, and direct injection in later versions. All that technology could be a reliability nightmare, but Ford engineered this engine properly and it's holding up incredibly well. The internals are stout enough that the engine can handle significant power increases with just bolt-on modifications. The oil system is well designed and keeps everything properly lubricated even under hard use. The timing chains are durable and properly tensioned. The engine doesn't have any glaring weak points that fail regularly. You maintain it properly, and it'll run for hundreds of thousands of miles. What makes the Coyote special is that it's a modern engine that doesn't sacrifice reliability for performance. You get the power, the technology, and the efficiency of a contemporary V8, but you also get the peace of mind that this engine isn't going to nickel and dime you with constant repairs. It's the engine you want if you need V8 power, but don't want the headaches that often come with high-performance engines. The best, engine number 4, the 300 cubic inch inline 6. If we're talking about legendary Ford engines, we have to mention the 300 cubic inch inline 6, also known as the 4.9-liter six-cylinder. This engine was produced from 1965 all the way to 1996, and it powered everything from F-Series trucks to Econoline vans. It's not powerful, it's not efficient by modern standards, and it's definitely not sophisticated. But it is absolutely, positively unkillable. The 306 is a long-stroke design that makes excellent low-end torque, perfect for truck work. The engine is massively overbuilt for its power output, with 7 main bearings supporting the crankshaft where most inline 6s use 4. This makes the bottom end incredibly strong and resistant to wear. The camshaft is gear-driven, not chain-driven, which means there's no timing chain to stretch or break. These engines are famous for running with minimal maintenance and surviving abuse that would kill anything else. Stories abound of 306s running for hundreds of thousands of miles with nothing but oil changes, and even then, not particularly frequent ones. The engine doesn't have complex electronics, doesn't have a computer in early versions, and is simple enough that you can fix almost anything with basic hand tools. The only real downside is fuel economy, which is terrible by modern standards. But if you're looking for an old Ford truck that you can run into the ground and it'll just keep going, find one with a 306 and you've got yourself a truck that'll outlast you. The best, engine number 5, the 2.3-liter EcoBoost, second generation. After learning hard lessons from the first-generation EcoBoost engines, Ford went back to the drawing board and created the second-generation 2.3-liter EcoBoost that debuted in 2015. This engine powers the Mustang, Ranger, and Explorer, and it's proving to be one of Ford's most reliable turbocharged engines. Ford moved the water pump to an external, chain-driven location, eliminating the catastrophic failure mode of the earlier 3.5 EcoBoost. They strengthened the block, improved the head gasket design, and upgraded the turbocharger for better durability. The result is an engine that makes excellent power, over 300 horsepower in Mustang applications, while maintaining good reliability. The direct injection system is well engineered and doesn't suffer from the carbon buildup issues that plague some competitors. The turbocharger is sized appropriately for the engine and doesn't have to work as hard as some other boosted motors, which extends its lifespan. The oil system keeps everything properly lubricated even under track conditions, and the cooling system is adequate for sustained hard use. What's impressive about this engine is that it's holding up well even in performance applications. Mustang owners are tracking these cars regularly, and the 2.3 EcoBoost is proving durable, even under that kind of stress. It's not as indestructible as the old-school engines on this list, but for a modern turbocharged 4-cylinder, it's about as reliable as they come. If you're looking at a newer Ford with this engine, it's a solid choice that balances performance and dependability. The bottom line. There you have it. 5 of Ford's worst engines and 5 of their best. The difference between these engines isn't just about power or technology, it's about fundamental engineering choices, quality control, and whether Ford prioritized long-term reliability or short-term cost savings. If you're shopping for a used Ford, knowing which engines to avoid can save you thousands in repair bills and countless headaches. Stay away from the 5.4 3-valve, the 6.0 Powerstroke, the early 3.5 EcoBoost with internal water pumps, the 1.0 EcoBoost 3-cylinder, and the split-port ZETEC. These engines are fundamentally flawed, and no amount of maintenance will make them reliable. On the flip side, if you find a Ford with a 4.6 2-valve, a 7.3 Powerstroke, a Coyote 5.0, an old 306, or a second-gen 2.3 EcoBoost, you've found an engine that'll serve you well for years to come. These are the power plants that built Ford's reputation for durability, and they're worth seeking out. The engine is the heart of any vehicle, and with Ford, what's under the hood makes all the difference between a legendary truck that runs forever and a money pit that'll drain your wallet. Choose wisely, and let me know in the comments which Ford engine you're running and whether you love it or hate it. Your real-world experience is what helps other buyers make smart decisions.